But right now there is this issue that is actually not like people who don't attain, for instance, their desire. How do you even know the purpose of why you were here and how to achieve whatever journey you are on in
Uh,
this realm? Now you keep talking about realm. Are there other dimensions apart from what we physically see?
the truth is there are multiplicity of dimensions, but these multiplicities we group them under 7 dimensions. So the first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Most people are actually only operating in the first dimension. Where is the first dimension? The first dimension is basically this basically this body, this flesh. So what do I mean by that? Is basically everything the flesh desires, everything the body desires, everything materialistic, right? So we were created in the seventh, and we are sent here all the way to the first, and are being taxed to climb back to the seventh. Doesn't make sense. So in the seventh is where the creator and the feminine version of the creator we refer to as the mother earth. We call her as Isaiah, and they exist in those dimensions. Just a little underneath them are the five elemental beings, which is the water, which is the earth, the fire, and the air. So it starts with air, then to earth, then water, then fire. Then we have ether, which holds all of these elemental beings together. So, like you can see that when you even look into the universe, the cosmos, you see this planet is here, that planet is here, that planet is here. But nobody really knows what is holding Earth together, what is sustaining Earth. If Earth is supposed to be spinning on its axis, what is making Earth sustain? So ether is that which glues everything in the dimensions together. It is out of these five elements that the creator created everything that exists. So there's not a single thing that is in existence that didn't come from any of these five elements, including us as beings. So every single human being has a particular element that you were bet out for. So people are born out of the air elements, people are born out of the water elements, people are born out of the earth element, people are born out of the fire elements. So per the elements you are bet from determines, kind of give you an idea exactly what you are supposed to do here in this dimension. Now, see the elements as the lack of a better word, the spiritual form of your existence, and see the day that you were born as the physical form. So see the element as the masculine, and see the day that you were born as the feminine. Why do I say that? Because you have to come out of the day that you were born to exist in this dimension. Anything that allows you come out is a feminine version or feminine form. So that which impregnates anything is the seed, right? The masculine form. So every single person that exists on the face of this earth has these two things: the day you were born and the element you came out with. These two things are basically what is designing your life, either your elements or the day that you came out from. Now, in our Akan traditional system, we believe so much that the elements are connected to our fathers, and the days that you were born are connected to your mothers. So the elements are the spiritual versions of us, the spirit side of us, and the day that you were born are the soul side of us. So each of these two, the day you were born, the element, they all carry certain specific memories. And once you come out through their gate, you, no matter who you are, no matter what you do, you would operate under the characteristics of these two dimensions whilst you exist here. So for every single person that comes into this dimension, even when you don't know who you are, even when you don't know why you are here, even when you don't know what you are here to do, just knowing these two things will give you over 50% idea of why you are here. Then the rest of the rest of the 49, whatever percentage you give it, would basically be the I am self, your real self. Your real self is not like most of us were, because some of us are coming from Christian backgrounds, religious backgrounds. We're taught that you are a spirit, you have a soul, and you live in your body. That is totally not true, because When you say you have something, it simply means that you are not the thing that you have, right? You can possess something, you can own something, but you cannot be that which you own. So let me say it this way. You have a body, right? You have a body.
Mhm.
You have a soul and you have a spirit. So the question now is, who are you?
Human being.
You have a body, you have a soul, you have a spirit. So you are not your body, you are not your soul, you are not your spirit, but you have them. So who are you? The real you is the created being that the creator sent to come through the dimension. And I said earlier, it is up until you come to a realm of maturity that you are even allowed to come into this dimension. So whilst we are coming into this dimension, you know exactly where you are coming to. You know the continent you are coming on. You know the color of the skin that you are coming to possess. You know the family that you are coming into. You already know what you are coming to do. The problem is that the transitional period, because you cannot just move from one dimension to the other. So when your body goes through from the dimensions and come into this dimension, the shock of that transition is what causes a lot of people to lose memory of who they are, because they are not able to contain that shock. So that shock is like, it's like when you are electrocuted or when you go through a trauma. What happens? All of a sudden you have what you post dramatic experience, or how do they even call it? So the minute you come into this dimension, that shock, right? That shock would cause you to numb a lot of memory that you carry from the dimension that you're coming from. So now, when you come into this dimension, your real self, the memory of your real existence, is frozen for a bit. So now you're only left with your spirit, your soul, your body to help you wake up this real self that is frozen for a bit. That is the science of it. So now you need to understand what the body is, what the soul is, what the spirit is. Understanding this and discovering this is just the science of what we have. And this science is what our fathers operated in. So they use these tools to know. So the minute you are born, especially in my tribe, the minute you are born, you are given a specific name. The name that you are given is not just randomly picking a name. The elders know exactly which realm you are coming from and why you're here. So they give you a name to cause you to remember why you're here. Every time the name is resounded, it's just like a trigger. It's triggering you. It's triggering you. It's triggering you to remember. So if your name has to be said 1 billion times till you remember, every time it's said, it sends electric waves, magnetic waves to your frozen memory, your frozen self that is trying to open up or trying to wake up. So every time, for example, my name is Kojo. So every time you call my name Kojo, you are giving me a shock and a reminder that wake up, this is who you are, this is who you are. So the minute you say my name, the God in my element is activated through you just saying my name. Our fathers understood this intelligence. So every time they walk, they never call anybody by nickname, guy name, nothing. Whenever you go into any elder's house, they ask you, what is your name? They are not just asking you, they're asking you your full name, your full DNA coding, your secret coding into the multi-universe. What is that code? When you say that's just your name, any elder will be able to tell you everything about your life, past, present, future. Yes. So these are the tools that our fathers use to help you remember who you are and why you're here.
It is amazing because now we understand the use of names, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
and the bridge.
And the what? Sorry, come again.
The bridge of our names. Now that we adopt other names, so that memory would not even be triggered. That's the point.
No, it will never be triggered. Once you are off your name, off who you are. It's like when I have a gift for you and I tell you, you know what, I have a gift for you. I'm keeping this gift in the safe for you so that nobody else will take it till you get to the place, right? And I give you the code to the safe. I give you the digit to the safe. What do you do when you get to the safe? You just punch in the code, right?
Mm-hmm.
So imagine you get to the safe and you forget the code. how are you going to enter the safe to get your gift? So these two things, when you don't know the day you were born and you don't know the element you operate in, getting to your real self would be hard. It would be almost seem impossible to get there because you don't have the codings. Nothing exists. Remember, nothing exists without the 5 elements. Not a single thing exists. Everything that exists through these 5 elements. And you cannot exist in this dimension without coming through the gate of these 7 gods, 7 beings, 7 powers, which we call it Esi, Ajo, Abene, Aoku, Yao, Efi, Amen, right? The Esi is the god of the Sunday. So they trick you. They call it Sunday. So when you hear Sunday, you get confused that, oh, Sunday is the day of the sun. No. Our fathers called it Esi. So the minute you think Sunday is the day of the sun, the Sunday is connected to the sun, they throw you off course. You can never get. Our fathers called it Esi. Esi simply means the first day of the week. Esi means Esi, to get down, to descend, to come down. So the name of the first God is the day that the creator descended from his realm to come down into the dimension to start creation. So therefore, the God of that day was called Esi, meaning the day that the creator came down to start everything. Right? So if you don't know these codings, these names, how are you going to access that which is already your birthright to access?
If I wasn't born in Ghana,
yes,
to understand this God and the meanings of the names, like today we did an exercise with me, and you gave me my name according to my date of birth, and even the characteristics and everything just fit with it. Now this memory, most of the time we're coming into this dimension, and we've been taught different things. How do we explore that? Our educational system is automatically not our own. For instance, it's not our background. It doesn't reflect our culture. It doesn't reflect even our names.
Yeah. So the subject of education is really funny to me, because when we talk about education, what are you educating and who are you educating? How can you educate anybody if you don't even know who the person is?